I am gaming. I am gaming. I am gaming podcast.
Hey everybody, my name is Ivica. Thank you so much for being on the latest episode of I'm Gaming Podcast. This is a podcast about the video game industry, entrepreneurship, gaming nostalgia, Unreal Engine, subscription models, and many more cool things I find to be in the same realm of business and creative ventures. Like always, at the very beginning, I want to say thank you to my Patreon supporters in particular and to everyone who is listening right now, but I have to put my Patreon supporters first because you really make this podcast possible. Without your generous and monthly donations, I would not be able to continue making these episodes week in and week out, and I'm incredibly grateful for all of you because, like I said, you make I'm Gaming Podcast not only possible but feasible and something I can work on week in, week out, month in, month out. And that's why we're at episode 206. This episode is all about Unreal Engine and its changes, or the changes coming to the same engine in the next few months, more particularly in 2024. So, what has taken place recently? There was a big conference, and on it the CEO, the main guy, Tim Sweeney from Unreal Engine or Epic Games company, stated that the engine is going to include a subscription system. That means that you're going to pay for Unreal Engine like you do for example, Adobe package, and each month you'll have a subscription to use the same engine. Now, of course, everybody lost their mind because this quickly turned into a short news bulletin that basically states, hey, Unreal Engine is getting a subscription system in 2024, while presently it only asks for a reimbursement from developers who publish a game that makes more than $1 million. But the good thing, the cool thing about all of this is that no one is going to get impacted by the subscription apart from companies which are not working in game development, who are using Unreal Engine for things like visualizations or renders or similar things. So first of all, no one working in the game development domain sector is going to see a subscription. It doesn't matter how big or small you are, you're not going to get a subscription. Everyone who is using Unreal Engine for whatever they might be doing on a hobbyist level is not going to get a subscription. That leaves only companies like, for example, like the CEO, the main Sweeney person stated, the automobile industry, for example, is going to get a bill if they use Unreal Engine to visualize their products. The same goes for digital production and similar ventures that are completely commercial and which already pay a bunch of subscriptions to a bunch of tools. Now the same subscription is going to be involved with Unreal Engine. The same process is going to get tested and tried out in 2024. No one knows precisely how it's going to work and what the prices are going to be, but the most important thing is that you, unless you have an automotive company or a huge business from the VFX domain or something like that, you're not going to be impacted. Even if you're using Unreal Engine for commercial individual ventures that are not strictly defined inside of a company or a licensed and registered business, you're not going to see any kind of a subscription. Of course, all of this was present in the same speech, but many media outlets, especially those kind of dabbling in the technology and gaming domain, simply didn't cover it. Instead, the bulletin was simply, hey, Unreal Engine is going to be something you'll have to pay for. It's not. You'll still be able to make any games. The same monetization system that was in place previously remains, that if you make $1 million, you have to give some of that to Unreal or Epic Games, which is a fair deal. It still stands. the same goes for if you're using the Unreal Engine for hobby purposes, whatever they might be rendering, visualizations, it doesn't matter, you're still not going to pay. The only moment that you are paying a subscription is if you're a business using Unreal Engine to make a profit, but not in the game development domain. That's the whole explanation in a nutshell. And there you have it. You don't have to worry about losing your ability to use Unreal Engine. You don't have to worry about switching to some other engine. You can still make things in UE without paying anything, unless, of course, you make a video game that makes $1 million, or if you're a business using Unreal Engine for your non-game development purposes. Hopefully this clears it up, and that was all for this episode. Thanks so much for being here, thanks so much for listening and watching, even though there's not so much things to watch actually. And it's awesome to be able to create these episodes, so thank you for watching and supporting me. There is several ways how you can support me if you'd like. You can buy my books on Amazon, you can become my Patreon supporter, but simplest, easiest way and cheapest is to subscribe to my channel and be here for my new videos once they come out. That's it for me. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Ivica. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you in precisely 7 days from now. Until then, bye bye.